New special agent in charge of the DEA's New England office. His name is Boyle.
This is like a dream job. It's like, I first started out here in Boston, got hired out of the Boston office back in 1990 as an agent. Growing up here, you've had friends, I've lost friends, relatives to the problem. So it is personal when you see this, and growing up here, seeing what's happened to the neighborhoods I've grown up in the Worcester area, it's just being wrecked by heroin. We've taken out great big organizations, but enforcement alone won't stop the problem. I think here in New England, you have to look at the overdose rates. And if we can bring the overdose rates down and less people are dying, I think that's a win for us. If we go out there and if we can save one life, that's a win. I mean, I think you have to be involved in your kid's life. I mean, I have 3 boys at home. I mean, I want to know where they're at night, what they're doing, who their friends are.
Amazing. So I've met a lot of you already. We've spoken to 4 high schools in Manchester as part of this 360 strategy. You know, make no mistake about it, DEA, and I'm a DEA agent, I've been doing this for a long time, we're an enforcement agency. And we've done that, and we've done it well for a long time. But the crisis that we're dealing with right now in this country, it's different than anything we've ever seen. I grew up not far from here. I grew up down in Revere, Massachusetts. And this is a homecoming for me, coming back here after working for the DEA for so long. And when I got here, I noticed right away a couple of things. The problem we're seeing is really bad. And it's affected me personally, unlike anything I've ever done in my career, especially because this is my home. The good news is, from the very beginning, right when I got here, I recognized one thing. There is a community of the willing in New Hampshire, unlike anywhere that I've seen before. This did not happen by accident. The cartels that the Attorney General talked about at the highest level, they targeted this area. They targeted it for a few different reasons. The people of New England have taken a lot of prescription opioids. These cartels saw what they identified as a vulnerability in this area. They thought that they could profit from this thing. We're losing close to 150 Americans every single day to this addiction. We can't afford to lose any more people.
We'd be doing drugs in the car on the way there, on the way back.
It's a growing trend. Mainers driving to northern Massachusetts for heroin, driving back high. Most of the heroin coming into Maine is coming from here, Lawrence, Massachusetts. Drug agents have busted mixing operations here where fentanyl, 30 to 50 times more potent than heroin, is blended with a cutting agent.
And what they do is very simple. They take fentanyl and they take cut and they put it into a blender. And we've been in some homes that have had 20 blenders going at the same time. And what I say is that's really where death is being created. They can sometimes quadruple their money. People are profiting off of the misery and death of what's going on around it.
We can't afford to lose any more people. We can't afford to lose any more people. We can't afford to lose any more people.